Welcome to the GHL-X app, or the Go High Level Accelerator app. This app is the simplest, easiest way to connect your ManyChat account with your high-level account so that your contacts match up in both places. So if you want to send over any custom field values or tags or any other information about your contacts from your ManyChat account, once they share that with you there, over to your high-level account so that you have the same information in both places, you can do it with this app. You can also add and update an opportunity in your pipelines in your high-level account. So let's jump in and take a look at how it's done. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is install the app. If you don't have a link to the app yet, I'm going to drop it below in the description so you can grab it from there. Once it's installed, you'll want to head on over to your ManyChat account, navigate to Settings, go to Apps, and you'll want to look for the Go High Level Accelerator version 2. You'll need to enter in your high-level API key. The way to find that is to go into your high-level account, and under Settings, Business Info, you'll see your API key right here. So if you grab it by hitting the clipboard button and navigate back, you can just drop that right in there. For your ManyChat API key, you don't actually have to navigate over to that tab and leave this window. You can simply hit the Copy My App Key link over here. That will show you that your app key has been copied to your clipboard, and you can just go ahead and paste it right in there. For your subscription ID, this is something that should have been emailed to you once you purchase the app. If you haven't received that email yet and you don't see it in your spam folder either, go ahead and reach out to us at ruheene@buttercrm.com. That is RUHEENE at BUTTRCRM, all one word, .com, and we will get you sorted. All right, once you're done with all of that, you'll want to hit the save button and then head on over to your flows where you will want to plug this action in. Now, along with this app itself, you're also going to get a free template where we've created a couple of scenarios for you to make it super easy to build this into your flows wherever you need to connect a contact from your ManyChat account with a contact that lives in your high-level account. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is how we are going to create or update a contact from your ManyChat flow in high-level. Now, you'll see that your template comes with this dummy message block of sorts. It's dummy only because it doesn't actually connect to anything, but we wanted to include the custom user fields that we are using in this flow for you, and so we want to make sure that it comes through with the template. And so we've included these 3 user fields here. Now, if you're not using the template, you'll want to create these fields for yourself. One that stores your contact ID from your high-level account, one that stores the opportunity ID, and the other one that stores the pipeline value. So let's take a look at what the action actually looks like. So if I hit the plus button here and we go to Actions and we say Go High Level Accelerator version 2. Now I have an older version of this app installed in my account, so go ahead and ignore that. We're just going to go with the version 2. And here when we say select action, you can see all the different things that you can do with this app. So you can search for a contact by email, you can create a contact, update contact info. More than likely, before you either create or update a contact, you will want to search for this contact first. If you don't use the search feature before you use either create or update contact, you run the risk of either creating a duplicate contact or nothing happening if that contact doesn't exist in your high-level account already and you're using the update contact info because there's no contact to actually update. So we're going to look at how these 3 work together. That's going to be included in your template. And we're going to look at how to create or update an opportunity in the pipeline that you have in your high-level account. So whatever pipelines you have created in there will all show up here once you connect your high-level account with ManyChat using the app. So let me show you how we've built this in the template. First, we're going to check to see if the contact ID has any value. Now, the first time you install this app and start using it in your flows, obviously this field is going to be empty for every single user, and so the condition is going to come back false, right? So if the contact doesn't match any of these conditions, we're going to first search for that contact in your high-level account, not in ManyChat, but in high-level. So if I click on this, the way we're doing that is, this part is really important. This is at the bottom. We are mapping the contact ID to your GHL-X contact ID, cuff, or custom user field. You'll see that each of the actions also have this how to set up this action little prompt here. If you click on that, you will see instructions on how to use that in case you need any extra help. So since we're going to be searching for this contact via email, go ahead and use the system field for email here, or custom field if that's where you're saving your user's email. But go ahead and select that over here. Make sure that you're mapping the right contact ID to the right cuff in your ManyChat account. And what this is going to do is search for this contact, and if this contact exists in your HighLevel account, you will now have a value saved to your cuff or custom user field in ManyChat for this contact from your HighLevel contact ID. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save that. We're going to search, and then we're going to check again to see if now do we have any value in the GHL-X contact ID user field. So here we checked, we didn't have any. Now we're checking again after searching for that contact, because if they do exist, now there will be a value in this user field. But if that contact doesn't yet exist in your HighLevel account, this will still be empty. And so now we know whether we need to create this contact or simply update this contact. So if it has any value, we're going to simply update the contact info, and if it doesn't, we're going to create a new contact. In both actions, you can send over any tags or custom field values that you would like to transfer over to this contact in your HighLevel account. So if we're updating the contact, the first thing you'll want to do is let the app know which is the user field that they need to be matching the contact ID with. So now they're not matching based on email, that was just for searching. But whenever we update a contact using this app, we are checking for the contact ID to make sure that we have the right user. So you'll want to add that in here. And now I have this MC subscriber, which stands for ManyChat subscriber, in here. You can use any tags that you like. Now these tags could actually be different depending on which step of your flow we're at. So you can decide which tags to add or which custom fields to update. Now these are going to be custom user fields in ManyChat, which are going to map to your custom fields in your HighLevel account for this specific user. So go ahead and do that, because now your HighLevel account is talking to your ManyChat account through this app. You can actually find your custom fields in the drop down. So when you click on this, we're going to first select a custom field in GHL or your HighLevel account to map to. These are all the custom fields that I currently have. So go ahead and pick which one you're looking to update, and then you want to select the corresponding ManyChat user field that you're updating from. So which value are you sending from your ManyChat account to your HighLevel account? So I can actually go ahead and say 23 to 33, and that's going to be the value that I pass. Or if I want to pull that value from an existing ManyChat custom user field, I can go ahead and do that. Either press the backspace as it says to enable the system fields, and that's clearly not the right field that I want to map to, but just as an example, if I did have an age range that I was storing in ManyChat as well and I wanted to just map that value over to HighLevel, this is what I would use. So once you're done mapping your custom fields and your tags, go ahead and hit the save button. I'm not going to save this because all I really want in this template is the ManyChat subscriber. And there you go. For create contact, we're going to take a look at how this works. So again, here what we're doing is deciding which of these fields do we want to update in our HighLevel account when we create this contact. You can see that none of these are actually required, so it's totally up to you what you actually want to map. But by default, we are going to create this contact using their first name, last name, full name, which is obviously first name plus last name, their phone if we have it, and their email. And you can decide here what else you'd like to add to this contact using the values in the custom user fields that you have in your ManyChat account. So you can see that you can add in date of birth, street address, website, tags, and custom fields here as well. The important part is at the bottom of this action, you'll want to make sure that you're mapping the GHL contact ID again with the GHL-X contact ID, and this is how the next time that this user comes through any of your flows, the app will know that this user exists and it won't create a duplicate contact the next time they do something where you have this action. You'll want to go ahead and save that as well. And there you go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how to create or update an opportunity. This one is a little bit shorter since we don't have the ability to actually query or search for a contact using their email and really query whether that person exists in a pipeline or not. So what we're going to do is check to see if the opportunity ID has any value. If the opportunity ID has a value, what we're going to do is update the opportunity stage that they're in. So if we already have the opportunity ID, we're going to simply update the contact's opportunity stage. And the way this works is we will click into this and we are storing the opportunity ID from our HighLevel account in a ManyChat cuff or custom user field called GHL-X Opti ID. We are going to select this pipeline. I only have one pipeline in this HighLevel account. I'm going to select the new leads opportunity stage and I'm going to select the open opportunity status. I will go ahead and hit save. And if this value doesn't have an ID, then we need to create an opportunity for this contact in our pipeline in HighLevel. Again, we have to add in the name of our cuff that holds the contact ID from HighLevel, which is the GHL-X contact ID in this case. We are going to give this opportunity a name. In my case, I'm calling it ManyChat. I am going to select the pipeline to use. I'm going to select the stage again, just like last time. I can pick if this opportunity status is open, won, lost, or abandoned. And I can add some tags if I want to. And I can also add in a revenue or a monetary value to this contact in my opportunity stage. Again, very important to store this. So what we're saying is once you create this contact in this pipeline, make sure to grab that opportunity ID and save it to my ManyChat custom user fields called GHL-X Opti ID. This way, the next time you have this action step somewhere in your flows, we will now have a value for this contact in the opportunity ID field. And the next time they go through the setup, this will actually have a value. And so we're going to update the opportunity status versus create a brand new one for your contact. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward and so powerful, all packed into a single little app. If you have any trouble or questions about using the app, go ahead and email us at support@buttercrm.com. That's support@buttrcrm.com. I'll see you later.